Hello, this is Jess with your June 24th, 2019 weekly reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So, Leo, this particular week is quite an interesting week. Some of you, this particular week, you may be wrestling with emotions that are unsettled and unable to kind of conclude your emotions for some of you. I get straight away, you're challenged with this victim mentality. For some of you, you're dealing with someone who's they're kind of controlling you by, leaning on this victim mentality. You did this to me, you did that to me, that sort of thing. And it's making you feel out of sorts, okay? Either through someone's mentality or personality or ill actions or ill emotions towards you, or this is you not able to get out of your head and not able to see a situation for what it is, good, bad, or indifferent. If you've taken losses in the past, for some of you, that seems to be the case, especially if it has to do with real estate. You may have came out a loser. You may be upside down in a home. You may not have found the property that you're looking for. Everything may be absorbently high right now. And you've had to make a decision to either stay at home, wait a little while until you can make your move, or take that loss, whatever it might be, and move forward anyway. Okay. Some of you also could have dodged a bullet where you made a really wise decision, or you've taken counsel and made a wise decision to forego on a home. And now you see that it's upside down, or there's, a bunch of problems with a particular property is what I get here. But more importantly, it's your own stability, your emotional stability, your mental stability, your spiritual stability that some of you are being challenged by. And there is this sense of feeling like a victim and needing to overcome that. Now, I see here that some of you definitely are doing things differently. You're probably waiting for some type of news when it comes to an outcome when it has to do with institutions. So your job, a business, career factor. You don't know exactly how this is going to pan out because you may be doing a completely new job, new career you're embarking on. Some of you could have concluded school and you're having a hard time finding work because you have no experience. Now, you may have a load of experience in a different area, but this is new. And you're not sure if it's all going to work out for you, but you're feeling good. A lot of you are feeling very independent. Money seems to be very stable. You're good in your position and where you stand financially. And you're taking a hardcore look at yourself is what it looks like here. And you're coming out. Some of you are deep down inside. You're trying to. This is only a week reading, so maybe this week may not be completely it's like residual energies the first part of this week, that challenge of not feeling as though you're a victim, not being overtly emotional, even if is internal, taking a hardcore look at yourself and seeing how far you've come. Okay. That may give you the strength to make some massive changes in your life. So some of you may realize that I don't want a 9 to 5. I don't. And you know what? All I can seem to get is 9 to 5s. And I want, an overnight job. I want a job. I want to start my own career so I can, tailor my schedule. I want something where it's really different. And you may not be clear on why you want something completely different, but you just know that you want it and you feel confident that it'll work out for you. You just don't really know how exactly for some of you. And it may rest on the hands of others to make the decision whether or not you can start something unconventional, untraditional in some kind of way. Now, some of you may receive a no, but then it works out for your better good down the line. There's some situation that may not pan out at first, but then it looks like it'll work out down the line for you. And it doesn't seem like it'll take very long, possibly by week's end, if not next week, you'll be getting what you're wishing for. I do see you guys taking a step back. Again, this is another week of you guys kind of being a bit internal. We don't have the Hermit card as we've had in previous spreads, but I see that you're not being reckless. You're not just going after things haphazardly. You're trying to take a step back. And even when you're not either getting a message, you're not even getting a response, I feel like you guys are still being patient. You're patiently waiting. So if you've been vetting a position, a career opportunity to get into this position, It may be very dry the first few days of this week. You may not hear anything from anyone. So no messages coming in this particular week, not until possibly end of week. If not, first part of next week, you'll be getting messages coming in if you're waiting for a position. And you may feel like this wasn't much of a fight. You know, this job that you went for wasn't a whole lot of competition. A lot of people weren't vetting for this particular job. It may be, again, something out of the ordinary, something out of the norm, something that you wouldn't necessarily attract yourself to, but it's different now. You are looking into something particularly different. At the workplace, there may be, like, if you guys are waiting to hear word about ... For all of you, it'll be different. You're kind of still waiting. And as a result, because there may be layoffs, there may be some pending things that changes the lives of everyone or those involved. You feel like workplace is very it's very quiet. It's not a whole lot going on this week. It's not a whole lot going on. Leo women, I feel like you're not as proactive this week. You will be taking a complete step back. Some of you even feel like your back is up against the wall, like the walls are caving in on you. Okay, but there's a new opportunity to move forward. It's just going to take some time. So don't get overwhelmed by the fact that you feel like a lot is happening and you're not kind of being able to complete things as quickly as you like, or you just don't have the motivation, you don't have the energy to get back in the fight. You will have an opportunity to start something new. Some type of money can be offered to you. It's slow coming, so it's like could be in installments, or it may be at a specific time that you get this full payment out. But there's a waiting before you can kind of move forward again. But I do see for Leo women, you're not as proactive, not as aggressive towards your goals and your aspirations this particular week. And it looks like it definitely looks like things are going to work out as we get closer to the end of the week going into next week. So if you have been hoping and wishing, but you're waiting for either someone, you're waiting for news, you're waiting for word, for it to be finalized, look toward next week, if not the end of this week, for things to be made final, and it is positive. You definitely get your wish and things will be coming your way the way that you want it to. So that's good. Now, the advice here is for you to come out of a lack mentality, come out of victim mode, embrace this new beginning, embrace whatever this new thing is in your life, or start something new, almost like that can bring you in a place of being childlike again. Some of you are missing your Leo-like energy, which you're full of love and youthfulness and that childlike behavior and taking kind of, risks that kind of make you feel good, but as long as it doesn't hurt other people, right? Because again, do things that make you feel good, but try not to do it where it can hurt other people, if that makes any sense. Also, I feel like if you're really focusing on yourself and being positive and moving forward in your own sort of way and being grateful for what you have, people really can't touch you. People cannot do anything to you, even those people that are making you feel bad about some victim mentality that they're holding on to, right? Because there's, the benefit in you not holding on, not putting any energy into a situation that isn't going to heal, that isn't going to get better, allowing karma to take its course, right? Now let's look at love. Guys, I had to pause the video, so I'm not really sure if I'm extending, if I'm following up from where I last started, but I had to pause the video. I'm sorry. So let's talk about love. And so if this is a repeat, I apologize. I'm not really sure where I left off at. But anyway, with love, I do see that some of you are either having a hard time letting a situation go, ending a chapter in your life. And it's very clear here. It looks like in the past, there was a situation that came to an end. A relationship came to an end because there could have been infidelity, but this also speaks to a breakup, a breakdown in the foundation of a union, because someone could not keep a promise. Either they couldn't promise a forever, they couldn't promise fidelity, they couldn't promise a conventional, traditional way of being. Someone did not see a growth in a relationship. You Leo women, it looks like you didn't see a growth in a relationship and you decided to kind of end a relationship where a person was dragging their feet or kind of playing games with you, off and on mentality. And you're having a hard time. Either men and women, Leo, here are having a hard time letting go of this situation and kind of evolve into the next stage of your life, welcoming the next stage of your life. Some of you may get sucked back in by way of arguing, by way of unresolved issues here. Some of you are at the point where you don't believe in love anymore. You don't believe in the conventional societal norms that is based around what love should be, right? What union should be. And you're not really sure how you came to that conclusion, why you're at this stage, but that's how you're thinking right now. Some of you are taking this new journey in singlehood, confidently within yourself, and you're feeling like I'm better off by myself anyway. I feel like I do better when I'm on my own. I don't have to put others before myself. I don't have to feel as though my needs aren't being met, or I'm disappointing someone. They can use, whatever I've done against me. You're just at this place where you're saying, you know what, love, I'm going to do it on my terms, and it will be different than what everyone else is doing. I'm going to do it very tailor-made to what I want. So you're redefining love for yourselves, Leo, especially if you're a Leo man. But I even feel like Leo women are redefining what love means to you, and not allowing yourself to get lost. For some of you Leo women, it may be all or nothing. So when you're in love, it's like it's all about him. It's all about the two of you. And this is never going to end. It'll never die, this feeling. It's an understanding that if I do fall in love again, I will remain independent. I will keep a part of myself to myself, just in case, this isn't what I want it to be. Or now I'm redefining this love. So I'm not putting everything into love anymore. I'm focusing on myself. I'm enjoying love. I'm not making it be my end all be all. So some of you, I do see a redefining of what love is. And I feel like for some of you, if you are single and you're mingling, you may find it's a bit of a dry period, especially the first part of the week. Not a whole lot going on. You may, if you're getting yourself out there in social media, digital dating, you may be a lot of misses. So people are not interested in you. You're not getting follow-ups from people. You may find that it's quite quiet out there, which because, you're not able to just jump back out in the social scene like you may have been able to in the past. You may be still cleaving and clinging on to someone from your past, kind of wanting this to kind of resurrect again. Some of you, it's like, you can't offer this particular person a commitment. You've done this person wrong. You may have cheated in the past. They can't be with you. You can't be with them. But you want them. You're not, but surprisingly enough, Leos are not taking the typical stance of like, I want you, I'm going to get you. Perhaps for some of you, it's because you can't have this person. They're already married. They're in something. There can't be a you and them again. But for others of you that there may be a possibility, like you don't know if it'll go that way. You're not deciding to run off and just do something haphazard, because you know that this time around, if there were to be a new time around between the two of you, it has to be done differently. And so some of you are reserving that desire, that energy to want to run after someone and get them back. Just communicate with them, promise them everything and anything to get them back into your life, because eventually, you know how that kind of works out, right? You guys fight so hard to get the person in your life. They come back to you, but with a lot of promises, right? So you could be promising this person everything just for them to come back. But for you, it's in the moment, right? It's a duplicitous behavior you'll carry after. You'll mean it in the moment just to get them back. But then once you get them back, well, you're not going to keep every promise that you said. And then there's the guilt, right? Because you didn't keep your promises, and then you wish you were single because then you don't have to go through this. If this is not you feeling this way, because I do feel like this is more prominent toward the male energy here. So a lot of male Leo men may be feeling this way. This is for Leo women. The male in your life may be feeling this way, that he can't promise you forever. He can't give you what you're wanting or what society says is normal and how it should be. There is a wanting to come back in your life. So someone from the past that may have not been able to commit properly wants to come back in the other person's life. They're trying to go about it differently this week. So be very, listen to what I'm saying here. This person is not moving toward you. You won't be hearing from this person any messages. You may have gotten a message and you said no, or they said no. There was a turn down. They're looking for other fishes in the sea. There's a other fish in the sea that someone is opting toward, and it may not be you, and you may not want them. And you may find that it's really quiet, okay? Now, some of you, I feel that there's going to be a reconciliation by the end of the week. If not at the end of the week, by next week, you'll be reconciling with someone. You don't want it to end. You're going to make that known, or someone's going to make that known to you. So you will get a message. You either will make a decision, and you'll be very hopeful that the two of you can mend fences. There's still some love, residual love that you have for someone. So some of you could be still holding out hope to get back with someone. In the extended, we'll be able to find out if this is actually going to work, or down the line how this is all going to work out for you guys. But there's either going to be you deciding to want to get this person back, or you can hear messages from someone wanting you back. Okay, that's very clear here. And the benefit is for you not to wait around for a situation to heal, and to take whatever karma that comes with it. So if you've done something wrong, you kind of can't trick the system. Whatever karma needs to be dispensed, right, wrong, good, or indifferent, you need to allow it. You need to accept it, that it's going to happen anyway, right? I feel like you Leo women, you may not feel like you're the peacock in the room, right? You don't feel as confident about yourself. You may not be getting the type of attention that you're used to. And you may feel like a lot of it is getting to you. Don't let that get to you. At the proper time, you're being kind of, I feel, held back to someone's going to come into your life that is very slow, very steady. Someone's going to come into your life to teach you, because some of you are calling for that, right? That's how karma kind of works. Meaning the learned karma that we're here to kind of evolve from, and people come into our lives to teach us. So some of you have been craving to love in a very different sort of way, in a way that you don't put so much into it that you get hurt, you can't come back from it, and not in a way that someone can guilt you because you've moved on so quickly. And someone always comes out the loser. Either you're the victim or you're the villain. And so some of you are really trying to change that needle on the dial, like you're trying to change that behavior. And so subconsciously you've been working on yourself internally, and someone's going to come into your life. Someone could be around you right now, so you can have a friend, someone that you may not have taken it to the next level with this person, possibly because you've already been in a relationship, or possibly because you're getting over some type of love connection from another. But you may already have someone in your life that you look at this person like they're pretty rock solid and stable. This person is, they have those missing things that I would like to have, right? And so if you don't have that person in your life now, you will be sent. It's like karmically, you'll meet someone who will have these things, and it'll be a natural ability for them to kind of commit in either way, whether they say, I'm not interested in anything committed, I'm only staying single, that's what I want, that's how this is going to have to roll. You'll have someone in your life that's going to kind of take you through this new journey, this new way of loving. But they'll be very solid. Now, some of you, I have to say, and if you're watching for Leos, and if a Leo is coming back around to you, pay attention to anyone that's coming back around. It's not what they're doing, it's how they're doing it, right? They're taking a different stance. They may have in the past rushed ahead, made phone calls, ran after you, fought to the death, promised you everything, knowing that they weren't going to be able to keep those promises. They understand what they're doing now, or what they've done. They're approaching it differently this time. So they're not going to rush out and do the same, habits that they've done in the past. They're going to try to approach it in a way that is step by step, day by day, journey by journey, brick by brick, rung by rung. And hopefully this is what they're hoping, that the relationship that you form now will be far more structured. It'll have good bones. And if nothing else, especially if you guys have some form of tie or connection with one another, that you either have to work around each other, you have children in common, there's something in common that you still have to deal with this person, or you just really want them in your life, you're able to salvage some form of that relationship that will be respectful and cordial. So someone is trying to open that door. Others of you, it'll be straight to get back to getting together again and wanting to love each other again. And even others of you, you're very hopeful. For those of you who are single, You're not just going after those same habits. You're looking at things differently. Some of you are embracing the fact that you're single and you're mingling, and you may try a relationship that is without any conditions. You may be really happy that you're single, and you may just be entertaining people. You may try the dating apps the first time around this particular week. You may try going to places and just kind of meeting people, probably not hooking up with them, but meeting people. So there's something different when it comes to love for you single Leos out there that you're giving a go. It's not like you're rushing after it, but you're open to it. You're putting yourself in that environment for some of you. Or if it's being suggested, you may be open to trying it now, especially as we get closer to the end of the week, going into next week. But I certainly see a reconciliation coming for you. Someone does not want the situation to be over. They want to come back. But again, the way that they come back will be completely different, and it will echo sentiments of something more stable, that they are wanting to really work toward the situation in a way that's more concrete. However, keep in mind, there may be some untraditional ways in which your relationship will exist this time around. But how far will it go? Will it work out? What will be the pitfalls along the way, the challenges? How's this person going to come towards you? What will your reactions be? And how's it all going to work out for you guys down the line? Well, if you're interested in that, click that link below and we'll get started. Otherwise, I would love to hear from you guys. I'm sorry if there's been any interruptions in the background. They were doing landscaping in my area. Hopefully I don't have to do any more of it, but you never know. But thank you guys. If you would like something personal with me, I could be reached in the beginning and into this video. And if you are new to this channel, welcome and subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Leo.